So the event will start at 4 o'clock, and it will go until dusk, and it happens on the second Wednesday, June through September, and we're still looking for a few people to participate in the farmers market.
We are. We need some produce vendors. If anybody out there is watching, if you know anybody that owns a farm or has some produce, please contact us at Main Street, and the number is
984-6709. We have a lot of artistic vendors, but we are looking for the produce, like Bobby said, and we have a few, so I'm pretty excited about that. And we do have one farmer that is committed to, I won't say who it is yet, but I'm pretty excited about that. And we just got a person that will be making fresh bread, and they're coming from Lakewood, so we're really excited about that too.
People from all over. This is going to be something, we anticipated, this being big, but I think it's going to be bigger than we thought. It's going to be a lot of vendors out there, and we have something else going on during Walking on Wednesday, or WOW, which is a car show.
We do. So that will be taking place in the hospital parking lot. So thank you to University Hospital for partnering with us and letting us use that. And we also have a few vendors on the sidewalks as well. So, and some music.
Yeah,
so we just have all different kinds of things. We're really excited about the change.
So we're just pumping it up a little.
We are. Yeah. So if you know anybody out there that's selling produce or fresh flowers, send them our way. Yeah. Another thing that's coming up is next week. It's our general meeting. It's the first Thursday, and it's at 9 o'clock in the Main Street building, and everybody is welcome to come and hear what's happening.
That's right. It's a good place to get to network and to know what's going on around town and with all the different businesses. So,
it is.
Yeah, come join us for sure.
Yeah, so where are we today?
I don't know. Look at these big hoses. Let's see. Is that a fire truck? Teresa, I think that's a fire truck back here.
Is that what that is?
I think it is.
Wow, that's
so that must
cool.
mean we are at
the Amherst Fire Department.
Right.
We are. So it's pretty cool in here today. Yeah. And we have two special people here today with us.
We have the chief and the assistant chief with us.
Yes, we do. So Chief Wilhelm, come on over here. You got to get in between us. And come on, Brandon Demakia's got to come over here. We're going to put you over here. We're going to put you both in here and talk a little bit about the fire department.
Spot here, yeah.
Yeah, can you get down? You're a little too tall there.
You're used to that. Come on.
I know. I'm short. So what can I say? So how long have you guys been here doing the position that you have?
I've just completed a year as a chief. Prior to that, for 19 years, I was assistant chief.
Nice. Well, that's interesting. I learned something else new. For everything I learned new today, I get to take one day off.
Yeah, well, and we'll take a little tour and probably learn a lot of new things in a little bit. But
absolutely.
First question I'm going to ask, one of you can answer this, is what inspired you, first of all, to become a fireman?
Well, myself, I've been around it since 1954. My father was a fire chief here for a year and assistant chief for many years. And he retired with 42 years of service. Well, I caught him. This year in May, I had 42 years. So.
Well, congratulations.
We appreciate it, and thank you for protecting our city, too.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you, Brandon?
I've been on for about 21 years, and I got the bug from my Uncle Johnny was on Lorraine for a long time, in the Lorraine Fire Department. I have some cousins there. My godfather was on there as well, and my father-in-law worked on here for about 25 years before he retired a few years ago.
Wow, so. 21 years?
Time flies.
Are you that old?
Not a day over 21.
Wow, I'm shocked. So, what made you? So, basically, I guess what I'm getting from what you guys are both saying is that you were influenced by the people in your lives. Was there anything else besides that made you want to do what you're doing?
Well, this job can be very rewarding, and it can also be very downheartening.
I bet.
Situations you run across, you sometimes run in the worst of people's lives, and you just try to do the job the best you can, and hopefully the outcome is good. As far as saving lives go, that's what we try to do every day.
So tell us a little bit about, I'm from Amherst, so I know a little bit about the fire department. A lot of times when you go to the bigger cities, the firemen sleep at the fire station and all that. So how does Amherst work?
Well, we actually are what's called paid on call.
Okay.
Every fireman is response here from a pager call that comes from 911. And they get the call, they get the message of what the call is, and that kind of dictates the level of how fast you're going to travel to get here. We encourage them not to go too fast, because if you get in a wreck, you ain't helping anybody.
Right.
So, but we do. It's kind of funny. We have different waves of guys. We have guys that live within 2 blocks, and they get here quick. And then you have guys that live, 10 blocks away. Then we have guys that live, a mile and a half away. So they kind of come in waves. You mentioned the word fire, and this place fills up. And we can get...
Not with fire.
Yeah, with people. We can get a truck out of here in probably around 8 minutes and moving with a full crew. Normally what we would do is on a structure fire call, we would run a command vehicle with either Brandon, myself, or Assistant Chief Gates, or sometimes 2 of us. And that goes out of here first, and that sets the format for what we're going to do as far as the fire goes. Then we have engine 59 over there, which is an attack engine. That's your first engine out. It's got 1,000 gallons of water in it. It's got a whole bunch of pre-played hose lines on it. It can just be pulled off. Water right now. Second out is our tower ladder on a structure, and that could have anywhere from 4 to 6 people on it. We could split the crews up, and if we do an aggressive interior attack, then we'll take half of that crew on that tower ladder. We'll move them in as a primary search unit. The other 3 guys will go around the house. They'll secure the utilities, ventilation. And if it's 2-story, they'll throw ladders up to the 2nd-story windows. Then our 3rd engine could come in, even if it's a tanker, if we have a poor water area or no water area, which we have a couple, or we call it the reserve engine. All of these trucks have 1,000 feet of 5-inch hose on them, so we can lay 1,000 feet from a hydrant to where the fire truck's sitting to pump. That particular truck we call a supply engine, and it would hook to the hydrant and supply water from the hydrant to the first truck.
So how many trucks do you have?
We have 3 engines, a tanker, it's 2,500 gallons of water on wheels, a 90-foot tower ladder, a heavy rescue truck for extrication, and then we have 2 command vehicles and 2 pickup trucks for grass fires or mulch fires or whatever. And then my vehicle, which is just
So you want to show us around maybe? We'll walk around
First,
with it?
a question, too, is it feels like summer, even though it's not summer. You talked about mulch fires and things like that. Different calls, do people call the same number? What if, obviously...
What number do we call, Bobby?
That's exactly right. Well, I mean 911, but I mean, is there like a non-emergency number? I mean, or do people just call?
Yeah, the PD number, of course, a lot of people call that. We encourage people, if you have an incident, call 911. Because they have direct tone out for us, even though the PD does, it's a great backup system to have, more than one place that can do it. But we encourage everybody, if you have an incident, dial 911.
Even a kitty stuck in a tree, do you guys do that still? Or is that just a myth?
When's the last time you saw a skeleton of a cat in a tree? You don't see them,
yeah,
so they
don't.
get down eventually.
All right.
Open a can of tuna on. Hey,
so there, we
they'll get hungry sooner or
solved that
later.
myth, guys. There is that they don't do that.
That's something to touch on about the 7-digit number. If you looked in the phone book and you saw that we do have a 7-digit number that rings in here, the chief is here full-time during the day, but he goes to meetings and he's got things to do, so he's not always here. We have people that call here and leave a voicemail about a question that they have that could potentially be an emergency in their house. Well, we should be calling 911 for that, not a 7-digit number leaving a message. Occasionally it happens.
So I have a question since you said that. I know that the Amherst Police Department has really been pushing the whole texting thing. So if they have a question, could they text that question to the police department?
Absolutely.
And then they would answer it back if you're not available?
Absolutely. Yeah, well, they would get in contact with us, and then we would get in contact with that person. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the police department, as the chief says, they can activate our pagers as well, just like Lorraine County Dispatch can do.
Okay.
Lorraine County 911 does it. Amherst Police Department can do it as well.
Nice.
They're very helpful.
You want to take a walk
Let's
around?
take a walk.
Let's take a walk. You guys show us the way. Let's walk around here. So
We're in this bay that we're in. This was the latest edition in '92.
Here, I'm going to give you this. You hold that so you can have it.
It was added on because we purchased the tower ladder. And we needed a long area to park it in, so it's, 38 feet long. So that's been a real prize to this department.
Nice. Very nice.
The very next truck right here is it's fire rescue truck. That truck goes on all car accidents, whether it be on the Ohio Turnpike or State Route 2, Route 58. And two of our worst roads in town are Middle Ridge Road and North Main Street.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, we've had some very bad accidents on all places.
These are the lockers here, right?
Well, this is
side?
actually our maintenance
okay.
area here.
Oh, here's the lockers.
The lockers are on the, I guess you'd call it the forward walls and the back walls. That's everybody's gear. Every fireman here has 2 sets of gear. If they get it dirty, they have to clean it. We have a washing machine. It's called an extractor.
Okay.
And then a
Special.
special machine, correct. Due to the cancer, all the stuff going on with cancer and that, NFPA and OSHA and all them come down and say, look, you guys, you got to do this, you got to do that. And things just keep getting tougher. So.
Yeah. So what's the machine behind you? What is it?
That is a hose dryer. Actually, there's hose in there, yeah.
So after you go out on a call and it's wet, you put it in there to
Correct.
dry it. Ah.
Yeah. There's
And
no
what's
gear.
this one?
That hang the gear when it comes out of the washing machine hangs in there, and you set the thing and let it dry for 5-6 hours, and then it's ready to go again.
And then I see all the different trucks. What is
Yes.
this? What do you want to describe them?
Well, this particular truck right here is it's a tanker, but it has the ability to operate exactly like this pumper right here does. This carries 2,500 gallons of water on it, and it's actually belongs to the township. Amherst Township purchased this, and we get it for $1 a year, and we maintain it, and of course, we can utilize it wherever we need.
That's a nice partnership.
Yeah. This is the newest truck we have. It's a 2009. It has a 1,500 gallon minute pump, and it has 1,000 gallons of water.
So it has water in it right now.
Correct. There's a tank in there. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, no making fun of how short I am.
Do you have ice cream in there?
Yeah, is there any ice cream in there? I want to know. Wow, that is really...
This is definitely not an ice cream truck.
Dang it.
Yeah, state of the art.
Wow, that's really nice.
A guy gets in here and sits down, and if his seatbelt's not on, there's a big buzzer up there that's beeping which seat it is, and the driver then knows not to move until he gets seatbelted.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit, I think I know, but so the headsets that are hanging up there,
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's so that everybody can communicate and you can hear properly of what's happening and what's going on with the situation?
It's intercom, and it's also radio.
Okay.
So it's two-way. You can talk amongst each other on the intercom,
Okay.
or if something comes over the radio, you're going to hear that information, and you can push a button and answer that information.
Wow, that is really nice.
Yeah.
So when did you purchase this one?
2009.
2009? Okay.
Very expensive truck.
I bet it is. I bet all this stuff
Yes.
is expensive, but
And we have,
Hey, it's worth it to save.
That's right.
Save
you know,
money.
people have CO, calls for their house and stuff. We have meters for everything.
okay.
We can meter CO, we can meter any kind of natural gas, propane gas, and we even carry
Oh.
smoke detectors. So if we go into a residence somewhere where they have children and stuff and they don't have smoke detectors, we're putting smoke
And this is
detectors.
a good reminder for all of you watching right now. When we're done with this broadcast, go right away and check your fire alarms, your smoke detectors.
I have a question about the smoke detectors because I know there's like once a year where they say that you should change your batteries, but someone was just telling me the other day that you should do it twice a year.
I've heard like when you change the time, you twice a
When you
year.
That's
change the time, that's
Every
big.
time, so twice a year then.
Well,
Years ago when the
Years-
batteries weren't built
yeah,
as well as they are now.
yeah.
Okay.
The batteries that are out there now, they're pretty good.
How about all the houses that are like wired? Like
You still have to change the battery.
Okay, but how does that work? Yeah, I was going to ask.
So they're powered by the house electric, but if the power goes out, which it does occasionally,
Right.
the battery has to back it up, so you still have to change it.
Oh, I got you.
Talking about batteries, this may be a little off topic, but the dollar stores are around a lot on every corner, and they have the dollar store batteries. I know a lot of people buy those.
Yeah.
And really,
Yeah,
people are
right.
putting these in their fire. I yelled at my mom for doing it.
Yeah.
You need to use a good battery. I mean, would you?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
What
Something to
is
think
this?
about too is
Just-
after 10 years, throw your detector away.
Right.
10
Oh,
years.
really?
10 years or older, throw them
And
away.
the CO
not
detector
know
also,
that.
they should be replaced.
Oh.
I tell you, we're full of gadgets and stuff.
Yeah, what is this?
These air packs that the guys put on their backs and they go into a structure with. If one of them goes down, we can turn this thing on and it'll take us right to them. The closer you get to them, the louder it gets.
Okay.
If you get going away from them, it gets quieter. So it's an actual.
So if he falls and he's not communicating, you
correct.
can still find him
we
quickly.
we can go get them.
Nice. Well, that's a nice little tool to have.
Yep. Well, in luck, we haven't had to use it yet, and I hope we never do.
Yeah, definitely.
Then we also have, like I said, meters. We got a lot of meters. We got electric. We got power lines down somewhere. You just turn it on. It has a high sensitivity and it has a low sensitivity. And you could go to on a high sensitivity, you could go out. We have power lines down on the ground from a motor vehicle accident. It's dark outside.
Can't see.
That's the first thing that comes out. They start walking up. We don't want nobody walking into high voltage wires. You want to get that tick camera? One thing we invested in was a thermal imaging camera. We have a lot of them.
Okay.
Actually, every truck's got one on it, and it's a tool that you just can't beat. You can actually look at it and see. It'll pick up heat signatures, tells you the temperature.
Oh, nice.
It tells you your battery power, and then if you point it like up in a light, you can see well, I ain't gonna do it. See how it lights him up? His body temperature is between 90 and 92.
Wow. 87, 86. It's getting cooler.
But if you had something that was running and was hot, this thing picks it up like right now. And it'll tell you exactly what the temperature is. We go into a structure fire, let's say we put it out, we call it. That's a first responder call.
Wow. So you got different rings.
There's a different ring. That's a first responder call. See?
23 Sands Avenue, 23 Sands Avenue. Do a mobile home park for 90-year-old female responsive of breathing 1300.
That's how a call comes across. But like I said, these things are worth their weight in gold. The host team will go into a burning structure, and the officer will have this, and he'll go in behind the nozzle man, and he'll start getting readings. And he'll tell you exactly where your hot spots are at.
Gadgets.
Oh yeah,
Very nice.
I can imagine this one is pretty.
Yeah.
Well
Yeah.
needed. Yeah.
We live in a technical world, and you just, you can't beat it. Some of the stuff that they've come up with is just fantastic.
Is there anything else that you wanted to show us today?
Well,
Can kids come down? Like if how some kids are fascinated with the fire department.
we do tours for groups. You call here. We have a sheet that can be filled out, whether it's Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, church groups. We've actually had some families get together and call us, and they bring their kids in and give them a walk around. Now we have, next month, we have, what's coming up in June?
Walking on Wednesday?
Walking
Wow.
on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to get trucks downtown for that.
Okay.
But we also have to deal with the kids that go to the PD and they do the bicycle thing
Oh,
over
yeah.
there. Yeah. Boom.
I can't think of my
Ask-
mind. Safety Town.
Safety Town.
Yeah, Safety
Ask me
Town.
something that happened in 1860. I tell you. Safety Town. We take part in that here. It runs 2 weeks, and every Thursday the kids are all here, and we run them through.
I did not know that either. That's really nice.
Yeah. We take them, let them handle a hose and spray water, and we give them.
I'm going to Safety
Let's go to
Town.
Safety Town.
Yeah.
What is Safety Town?
They actually have stations set up in here, and they talk about calling 911. They talk about smoke detectors, stop, drop, and roll. They discuss all that. You know, they actually have a blanket they shake. The blanket's like a fire. It's got flames on it and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
They make them crawl underneath it.
Nice.
Well, thank you.
Well,
Definitely
thank
thank you. We appreciate what you do for our
Yeah,
community.
thank you so much.
Good job.
And if anybody wants to know any history about the fire department, you need to come see
Yes.
the chief because he's got it all in his head. He knows it all.
had
We talked to
time,
him
we would
before.
go through it, but
Yeah,
maybe another day
definitely.
we'll come back
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in today, and thank you for being on with us today. And
More than welcome.
I want to say thank you to everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.